Hey guys, and thanks for sticking around for the final installment of Forbiden Fruit, The Temptation of Edward Cullen by Becky Max 666. And this is the last chapter we're going to be reading because until she writes some more, which hopefully she
really
will.
hope she does.
And so yeah, this is the last time you're going to be with us basically, and in this journey together. And I would just like to say that it's been a pleasure.
It has been a pleasure.
And an honor to be able to do this. And I would like to thank Megan for introducing me to this gem.
Oh, you're very welcome. Well, I'd like to thank Britney for sitting and reading it with me, and so this could happen.
This happened.
So
this is real. I kind of want to
is-
say, I had the time of my life. Now I wait on to you.
Anyway.
So here we are with the last chapter of Forbidden Fruit, The Temptation of Edward Cullen, Chapter 8, The Kidnap. And her author's note is, hey guys, sorry it's been so long since an update. I have been so busy lately. Yeah. So I had a fight with my old beta, but now I have a new one. And now she's helping me, yet she's on vacation this week and next. So I promise I will sort the spelling mistakes out when I can. That's gonna take you a long time.
She had a beta before? She had one? That beta sucked. I'm just saying.
Glad she got rid of her.
Anyway.
All right. Go ahead.
I sat alone in the changes rooms. I was almost naked, and I looked awesome with my exotic, lively hair falling down over my face like a curtain of soft yellow cream with bits of purple in it.
Ew.
But I didn't care how beautiful or exquisite. That's a word. I was anymore. Edward was gone. He had left to follow Bella to stop her from killing herself, and I was so mad. How could he leave me like that after saying Bella was a cow and he didn't like her no more? I was so pissed. The tears were falling down from my face like a tepid summer rain of misery and woe. So I went home and skipped school and sat in my room in my black corset and leather panties and smoked some drugs and started to weep. Now here is why I think all the adults in this story are retarded. Dave came in with a big smiley face. Hi, Tia, I didn't know you were home. How was school today? He didn't notice I was smoking drugs. He thought my cigarette of pot was a chapstick. That's
a big...
A, that's a huge cigarette. B, because it's perfectly normal for your chapstick to be smoking and lit on fire. Just, oh my god. It sucks. My life sucks and I want to die, I screamed, and my eyes glittered with beauty. You teenagers and your problems, lol, he said, laughing a lot. And I knew he thought I was just some silly kid whine, as in the drink, whining about homework and dumb boys and stuff. He didn't know I had killed a man and lost the love off my life and had made Lauren get hit by lightning, and that all the kids at school thought I was a freak because my face and bodies were so different from everyone else's.
She has more than one body and face. That's probably why people stare at her.
Probably. Dave, you're a good person, but you're so fucking dumb. You asshole. I shouted at him and threw my ashtray at his head without touching it. I could make stuff move when I was angry now. It was so weird. Why did all this have to happen to me?
Haha, I guess you're right, he laughed. He thought I was joking. I wasn't spoiled or anything. It's so nice having you here, Tiana. You're so pretty. I swear you're even prettier than before. I think your boobs have grown. Yeah, I know, they're like an E-cup now, I said. Casually talking to my foster father about my boob size.
About her beasts. God.
Dave smiled and patted me on the head and left. Great talking to you about your boobs, kiddo. Alright, go.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has some. Anyway.
I was so sick of being treated like a kid and no one listened to me, and I got up and got dressed in a long black dress and took some pills of drugs and went out to a local nightclub which was called Pablo Nightmare. It was a goth club where the cool people went in forks. Bella probably had never heard of it. Lol. I met Snoofles on the way and he came with me. We went to the club and got drinks and started dancing to the heavy metal music. People stared at us because I was so different looking and Snoofles was a panda. We didn't care. We were having so much fun. We were so drunk and we had lots of drugs, so my head was fuzzy like there was snow everywhere. How do you get a panda into a club?
And once again, where did this panda come from? Why is it in forks?
What does this mean?
It's so bright and so big! Oh, goodness. Hi, you're called Tiana, aren't you? I am Jasper. I go to your school, said Jasper Cullen, who was tall with blonde curly hair like straw, only soft and nice, not dry. He was tall. He was wearing...
Pretty sure she said that.
You're right.
Double tall.
What is that? The
Department of Redundancy Department. She's a member of that.
Anyway. He was wearing a black pullover and red metal pointy shoes. Author's note, in parentheses, author's note. Haha, that description sounded better in my head. Oh well! In parentheses. Hey, whatever, I said. Why aren't you with that girl I always see you with? Oh, you mean my GF, Alice, he said, and locked suddenly, very sad, and started to cry and bite down hard on his lips. What is wrong, Jasper, I said. I'm just saying I'm having a lovely image of Jackson Rathbone, locking suddenly, very sad.
Started to cry and bite down hard on his lips while wearing a pullover and metal pointy shoes.
Anyway. What is wrong, Jasper, I said. The problem is I don't love her like she loves me. I am gay, and that is wrong, and I feel so horrible about it. There's nothing wrong with being gay, you know, I said. Really? He said, and looked shocked with his mouth open. Yeah, it's proper normal, and Snoofles is gay and everything, I said, and Snoofles waved and Jasper waves back. I'm not gonna lie to you, when I first read this, I thought she was gonna hook up Snoofles and Jasper. I really did. Anyways, he smiled and we all stared, dancing together, and Jasper gave us some of his drugs because Jasper is a drug dealer.
Okay. We had a really good time, and Jasper met another gay guy called Vince, and we all got in Snoofles' car, and then the night, why does the panda have a car? What happened? At the end of the night, and I drove around while the others had sex in the back of the car. We have bestiality going on here.
Oh
a
my
threesome
God.
involving bestiality.
Oh dear.
You know it's a winner of a story. Okay. I was drunk, but because I was a vampire, it was okay to drive, and I had a better reflex than humans. But suddenly something jumped in the road in front of us, and I had to stop the car and get out. There was a man standing in the middle of the road. He was tall and muscly and had black hair and black feathers of a raven in the black darkness. Black. He was good looking, but he looked so angry. I got out my samurai sword. I often have it with me. Yeah, I just... Hang on, guys, let me just grab my samurai sword.
Samurai sword.
Just have it laying around.
Don't leave home with that one.
Just my samurai sword, no big deal.
NBD. Anyway.
But someone jammed up behind me and tore it from me. There were like 10 people all grabbing my body in the darkness, and they put a thing over my face so I couldn't see, and they tied me up. She's used to things going over her face,
right?
so it's like shirts.
Yeah.
Jasper, Snoofles, and Vince were too busy doing gay sex on each other to notice. I could hear them grunting and humping and having orgasms on each other. It was so cute, but that was so not the time. God, so their bestiality and their gay sex threesome is just so adorable.
But it's really
so
inconvenient.
Can you guys
can you just stop?
Thanks.
Anyway.
The men who caught me took me away, and something hit me over the head, and I was unconscious. When I awoke, I found myself in a small dark room, and the tall muscle man was in front of me. I was stripped down to my underwear, and I was chained to a chair with some metal chains. I couldn't move.
Once again, that man has muscles as in a sea creature.
Alright, would you like to continue?
I would love to. Who are you, you wanky perv? I shouted. I am Jacob, the werewolf king! He yelled with his eyes rolling around his face. He looked so mad and crazy. No! I screamed. I screamed and I tried to broke myself free, but I was under so many heavy chains. So I looked into his wagging face instead. What do you want from me? Why am I here? I say, and I started to cry. You must be punished for what you did to Bella Swan, he shrieked, and his drool was sloping down his face, just like rain, only thick and foam-like. You are a half-breed. You should... Oh my god, yes. You are a half-bred. You should have never been born. Like Jason Bourne.
From the Bourne Identity series.
Bourne with an E at the end. Your father was a vampire and your mother was a witch. It's weird and wrong, and now you've broken Bella's heart, you half-bred, half-bred, half-bred!
She's half of a pastry.
God, I wish you'd never been baked.
Oh, you yeast-filled creature.
This dude was insane. He was so angry and was jumping up and down, but something had caught my attention. You can finish.
What do you mean my mom was a witch? I said. My father used to know her. She lived here in La Push and she was a witch. She could make fire come from nowhere and control the weather and talk to animals and loads of other stuff. She was a freak like you. Of course, it made sense now. I was so shocked I fainted. When I woke up, Jacob was in front of me and he was naked. He was smiling in a proper creepy way and looked totally weird, like a greasy frog thing. And his male genital item was was not nice like Edward's. It was like a horrible wet mushroom. He stroked my knee with it and I gasped. What was he going to do to me? But suddenly, before he could come any closer, the door of the room we were in burst open. It was Ildard!
Okay, I just want to point out I'm pretty sure that a wet mushroom, that's kind of what it looks like.
More than a lavender man
fruit thing.
And what do you think he's going to do with that? You've been wrapped quite a few times by Uncle Larry, so...
I think she might have a hidden power that's making everyone naked in front of her, because that seems to happen to her a lot.
So maybe we'll discover that in the next chapters, hopefully, if this author decides to continue with the story. So once again, this is the story for Forbiden Fruit, The Temptation of Edward Cullen by Becky Mack
666.
And we have just been honored to be able to read this story and bring it to the general public. And thank you so much for viewing. And if you don't like it, then you have no sense of humor.
In the words of Becky Mack, no flamers, please.
No flamers, please. If you don't like it, don't watch. Bye, guys.
Bye.